literally donkey of the day should go to Jill Biden, the Democratic Party, Biden's in the circle, the staff, the record label, the mother effing crew, and everybody who spent years telling Americans not to believe their own eyes. Okay,
see, horrified
Jill,
as you saw it unfold?
I wasn't horrified. I was frightened because I had never, ever seen Joe like that before or since. Never.
Or since?
Yes.
Or what? You've never seen him like
never.
that?
No.
What happened?
I don't know what happened. I mean, as I watched it, I thought, oh my God, he's having a stroke. And it scared me to death.
But remember when she told him after the debate how great he did?
Oh, you did such a great job. You answered every question. You knew all the facts. And let me ask the crowd, what did Trump do? Lie! Yes.
All right, joining me now, Fox News contributor.
Well, the American people are not idiots. We saw it and we voted them out. And now even Jill Biden can't keep the truth buried. Folks, this is what happens when elites think they know better than we, the people. The American Republic is built on truth, not Democrat fairy tales. All right, let's get into this. This is Poppin' Politics. Remember to like, share, and subscribe as you come in. And if you're tired of power-hungry commie leftists trying to strip us of our rights and part our country, folks, you're in the right place. Ladies, let's set it off. Shelly, what did you think about this news now, this revelation that Joe Biden is pushing out here recently?
What did Jill do? Lie! That's what she did. What did Jill do? And then not only that, the little patronizing, yes, Johnny, you can get a cookie. You didn't pee on yourself. You used the pot. Very good, Johnny. Look, not only does the Democrat Party get to be the donkey of the day, like Charlamagne said, but the rest of us, we are owed an apology. That's what we're owed. We're owed an apology. And she's still lying. Because guess what? I will bet you dimes to donuts that since that debate, she has seen Joe even worse. So she's still lying. Get a grip, Jill. It's over. The game has stopped and you lie.
Yeah. Nicole, what are your thoughts?
You know, I was just sitting here giggling because I saw Kimmy Plans in the chat saying Jill praised Joe like I praise my dog when he sits for a treat. That's exactly what it looked like. Joe Biden looked like he had no idea who the hell she was. He's looking at her like, who is this lady? You know, this is not the first time. That was not the first time. There have been many times. You remember when the Easter Bunny had to scare him just to get back? I mean, this man is an old man. He's very old. And that's not to take anything away from our well-seasoned kings. I'm not saying that. But there's serious cognitive decline. And anybody who saw that debate said to themselves, damn, he can't be the president. Even Democrats had to say that. Democrats had to say that.
Nicole and KJ, what did Jill do?
Lie! Yes, she did. She lied. Yeah, we know it, folks. And I think the American people know it. And more Democrats are disgusted by it. So, folks, as you all know, Jill Biden is now out here finally admitting that she did not know what went wrong with Sleepy Joe during our spectacular and highly rated 2024 presidential debate. This is what President Trump put out on Truth Social, where Joe was not exactly performing to the highest level of debate standards. She said that she thought he was having a stroke and various other really bad things, and yet never rushed onto the stage to help her troubled husband, as any good wife would do. The only thing she failed to mention was how well I was doing prior to his near total collapse. In other words, as many have asked, did my strong performance in that debate cause him to plain and simple choke, leading to his ignominious defeat, or were other reasons the cause? Nobody else knows the answer to that, but I do. That was something President Trump put out on Truth Social today, pushing back against Jill Biden's, basically what she, her explanation, which is going to air Sunday. These are just clips that CBS is putting out. The full interview is supposed to air on Sunday. Take a look at this next clip. This is CNN even slamming Joe Biden's, explanation. This is clip 3.
Between two old men. We know that. But tonight I want to talk about the Joe Biden that Republicans want you to see and the pipeline of videos that aren't telling the full truth. Now, those videos are probably right now clogging the public consciousness as Americans start to think about their votes. The RNC wants to weaponize questions around Biden's age. Isn't it possible that things have changed? He, like every other human being, is aging. And that process of aging, it seems, is having an impact on his ability to do the job. The autopsy that the Democrats didn't delve into that, but it should. Yeah. What kind of political system covers that up and makes it okay to lie to people about what everybody knows is true?
Wow, folks, let me say this. If you all are done with the lies, smash that like button, subscribe, and let's tear into this disaster because the cover up is finally crumbling and it's glorious. It is glorious, Shelly.
Look, let me say this, Abby, and anybody else knows. When we are wrong, my side, I have no problem calling us out, okay? But I don't do it well, even when people try. I do not take gratuitous slangs and hits or whatever, especially when I know I haven't done it wrong and done anything wrong. Not my side or whatever. I will be the first one to say when we're wrong, I don't like it, I don't agree. But no, Abby and all the rest of you, it's not us. We called it out when it happened, okay? We're the ones who said he was probably shitting in his diaper at the time, okay? We said that. We said that he looked like he had, a senior moment, dementia, maybe Alzheimer's. We said that. And we were told, and so, we're ageism and we don't care about all this stuff. No, we know reality, okay? You lie!
Yeah, Nicole, even CNN is calling him out. Now you see how she flip-flopped Abby Phillip, of course. But why do you believe now they're piling on, against Joe Biden? Of course, he can't run anymore. Is it because of that? What do you think?
Well, the autopsy failed, right? So the autopsy was absolutely trashed. And here comes Jill, to talk about Joe collapse during that same time period. The Democrats want them to shut up and go away. We're too close to the midterms. They don't have any candidates. Their hottest candidate is a whole damn Nazi, right? They have huge problems. And the very last thing they need is Joe Biden on top of those huge problems. This is going to kill their fundraising. I mean, kill their fundraising dead, because not only did Republicans, as Shelley said, notice the decline, anybody with eyes noticed a decline. And that includes Democrats who wanted to close both their eyes and pretend like it didn't happen. But can I tell you, they were just as pissed as we were. They were just as startled as the rest of the entire globe. The president of the United States is the most powerful man on the planet. And it was that shuffling Joe Biden that made us look weak on an international stage, while his party was saying, oh no, he's sharp. He's running the office better than anybody's ever run it before. And we can barely keep up with them. And then this is the Joe Biden we get. This party wants to put Joe Biden in the trash heap from last year and keep pushing. They don't want the smoke. Jill, however, thinks her husband should be applauded. She really does. And she's going to do her best to try to make him a star again. And the party is going to do their best to rip him to shreds. They don't want this story out.
Wow. Yeah. Folks, well, they don't want it out, but we're going to get it out. We're going to keep pushing it out, folks. And we got an ask for you all tonight, Pop family. Tonight, we have a huge goal, a big goal. We want to hit $1,000 in super chats tonight to help Poppin' Politics keep growing, keep improving, and keep pushing back against the media machine, folks. If this show gives you value, tonight is the night to stand with us. All right, we got a lofty goal. We're not leaving until we hit $1,000 in super chats. All right, so production, please keep the ticker going, and let us know, how close we are to that goal. I see we have some here, Shelly.
Right. We have Shantia. You lie.
Thank you, Shantia.
Tonight, Shantia. Thank you. She says, "Good evening, ladies."
Thank you.
We got Kung Fu CJ. You lie. Thank you, Kung Fu CJ, for your super chat tonight. Hello, Pat family. Let's get it. Charlamagne the devil.
Yeah.
And we have Laura. Hi, Laura. You lie. Thank you for your $2. The jig is up. Joe Biden lies. That's right. We have, is that Maria?
Maria DeSara.
Thank you for your $5, Maria. Evening, ladies. What made her come up with this? Because she lies. Though it was all dead and buried. Oh, wow. The dead shall rise. Not making herself look very good. Well, she doesn't have to work too hard to do that. I mean, she already looks like a clown.
Telling you, this is what she's looking for. Money, 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 money is what they're looking for.
We have one more super chat from Kung Fu CJ. Nicole, we don't want another weekend at Bernie's. That's right.
I know that's right.
Absolutely. So I think I count $19. Folks, keep it coming. We got a long way to go. We want to hit $1,000 tonight goal. This is what we want to do. We want to show that we are here to stay. We are not playing small anymore, folks. And if Poppin' Politics has informed you, encouraged you, made you laugh, made you think, or help you push back against the lies, this is the moment to stand with us. All right. Set $19 down. We got a long way to go. $1,000 is the goal.
$981.
$981 to go. You're right. Oh, look, one more thing. I forgot to say it. Everybody that comes on our show tonight, you must, not request. You must hit that like, share, and subscribe. I don't care. You need to do it. You must do it when you want to be in our house. This, what is it? Under Armour? This is our house, or however the slogan goes.
Absolutely. All right, folks. Well, we got so much to bring you guys tonight. All right. So again, let's talk about how President Trump's secret remigration program has left the left terrified. All right. President Trump has been running a masterclass in smart, ruthless enforcement that's actually working. So behind the scenes, the State Department quietly stood up and opened the Office of Remigration. So this is a dedicated unit laser focused on getting invaders out through third country deals. All right. An aggressive repatriation pressure. This is all according to the New York Post. No more coddling, folks. They're cutting deals to ship illegals back, even to countries that aren't their original home, and forcing self-deportation through real consequences. And DHS has gone scorched earth. They're going after immigration lawyers. Nicole, you've been talking about this. What have you heard?
Listen, this is Mark Wayne Mullen is just doing the damn thing. He didn't take a break. He didn't even put some curtains up. He just came in swinging for the fences, folks. What he is saying is, for probably the last decade and a half, these immigration attorneys have been claiming asylum with these outlandish stories that, their clients had been chased through the woods with knives, and, people wanted to kill them because they parted their hair on the left instead of the right, and they have to stay in America or their lives are at risk. And come to find out, they live in a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house in a lovely neighborhood, but they prefer to live here in the United States. So what DHS has said is there will be no more made up stories. There will be no more hyperbole about your people. Back before Barack Obama, the State Department used to actually help DHS to kind of figure out which stories from asylum were true and which was, not true. The State Department stopped that during the Obama administration, and they really haven't taken it back up until now. So if you're migrating here saying that, you're seeking asylum because your life is in danger, a la, what's his name? Abrego Garcia. The reason why he needed to stay in the United States is because a gang was after him. Can I tell you, it's the gang that he belongs to? The gang that he was trafficking women for. All of that energy. But he lied to stay here in the nation. And no one called him on it. Now, DHS is going after the attorneys who are swearing on a stack of Bibles that what they put down in these affidavits are true, and they're hitting them with fines that'll make your hair curl. It's not
$11,000 fine.
Good.
$11,000 per incident. Wow,
That's good. Because we can say, give me my money back. Give me my money back. And let me tell you why I'm saying that. Because we have the lawyers, to kill all the lawyers, Shakespeare. The lawyers, the bureaucrats have been playing Americans both sides. I mean, we've been getting stuck and poked in all the holes, okay? So they've been doing that for years. So that means we've been paying them their salary. And then without taxpayer money, they go and protect and support this illegal immigration under false pretenses. Give us our money back. The buck is stopping with Mark Wayne, and good. This is called, I think it's called Project Homecoming. Mommy, I'm coming home. I don't care where you go. We are not obligated to send you back to the country where you came from. Get to stepping, get to swimming, whatever the case it may be. Whatever country we send you to, hey, you can find your way from there. You found your way here, do it again. Let's go. Get them out of here.
Yeah. I mean, folks, the Trump administration is kicking ass. They are kicking ass. All right. Chung Lee style. And we love it. We love it because guess what? This is why millions are choosing self-deportation through the CBP Home app. They're getting cash incentives, flights home, and the clear message, leave now on your terms or get hunted down and removed the hard way. All right. So we got over 3 million illegal aliens have already fled under this self-deportation thing.
Well, that was a good thing to do, but this strategy is so comprehensive, and I love the way that he rolled it out. Like the strategy behind it is, while the Democrats are acting the fool in New Jersey, throwing themselves in front of moving vehicles like that's going to stop somebody from being deported, yelling at ICE workers like, woohoo, you're finally free. They're like, we're on lunch break. We're going home, lady. I mean, we're not detainees. He has them so far on their back foot, and he keeps piling more on, telling people who want to go after a green card, you have to go back to your home nation to do that. You have to go back and do the entire process in your home nation to do that. And people are upset. They're like, well, wait a minute. What do you mean? Well, this is what we mean. You don't belong here. We've been saying this on this show for a year. If Americans can have court via Zoom, you can too. Take your butt back to where you belong. Wait in line like everybody else and apply, and we'll think about it.
Absolutely. We have some super chatters here, I believe. Thank you all so much.
Right. We have Laura again. Thank you. Shelly E. She lied. Thank you, Susan. Thank you for your $20. Let's go. Susan. Baltimore, wake up. Brandon and Wes are donkeys. Hee-haw, hee-haw. That's right. We have Linda here. Thank you, Linda, for your super chat tonight. I love your show. Even my mom, who was 86 at the time, said Biden was useless. That's right. That's right. Thank you, Mom. That's right.
All right. Thank you all.
We have United Citizen here. Thank you for your $5. Good evening, ladies. Thank you so much for that chat tonight. Everybody else, you know what to do. When you come in this chat, you must hit the like, share, and subscribe. And also, don't forget, go to our website, metroconservativemedia.com. We have articles there. You can shop. You can get the links to the shows. And don't forget Discord. When you go to Discord, especially when you buy your merch, take a picture, snap a picture, and we will showcase you, give you a shout out right here on the show.
Absolutely. And this merch is getting to folks fast. So when we first put it up, it almost broke the internet. This A250 t-shirt is perfect. You can dress it up, you can dress it down, but I'm telling you, the Great American State Fair is being set up in DC right now. And if you don't have yourself here to enjoy this, you are going to have FOMO of the highest order. Father's Day is right around the corner. Regardless of your father's political persuasion, this is a great shirt. Not black, not white, American. Don't let them divide us. Get them a shirt, a trucker hat, and a cup. and you will continue to be his favorite child.
Absolutely. All right, folks. And as we said at the top of the show, wow!
Thank you, Eva.
Thank you. Who's that? Eva. Thank you, Eva, for your $100. Thank you, Eva.
So wonderful.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Woo!
Congratulations to you, beautiful ladies. Been a long time viewer and love you. You say the truth. Guess what, Eva? You don't lie.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you, Happy T, for another $100. Thank you, Happy T, for that. Thank you all of your super chats. Keep them coming. Keep them coming.
Absolutely. Oh my God. Yes, indeed. Yes, it is, folks. We got a goal tonight to hit $8,000 in super chats. We are on our way. I think we're at $251.
Is that Yanni again?
That's our girl.
Yanni, thank you for your $20, Yanni. I reckon I can put 20 on the tab until I start making my millions. That's right. Jill Biden is laughable, by the way. So damn phony. You don't lie either, Yanni. You don't lie.
Yeah. Folks, folks, the Democrats, they're actually scared. I was sort of on the fence about the midterms, and I'm still nervous. But seeing how the left is terrified over this new remigration program, this Office of Remigration that President Trump has put forward, folks, they're terrified. So of course they have to go back to pandering. Take a look. This is clip 2.
Selflessness and solidarity. And most importantly, we renew our commitment to our because when we join together with devotion to our neighbors, our community, and to this country, we can bring light into the darkness. So thank you once again for having me here today.
So you see what she's doing. So this was actually, I believe it was either yesterday or today. That was AOC giving a speech in a hijab. All right. Shelly, what's going on here? I mean, we know that the Trump administration is going after these illegals. Are they now, we're seeing the Democrats push, latch on to the Muslims?
Oh, they've already latched onto them. Now they're just coming out and letting us know that that's what they've done. This is all her. I'm not catering, if you want to call it, what they call cosplaying. Is that how you say the word? This is what she's doing. This is all for votes. Between her fake accent, the mini that she has, now she's wearing a hijab. No, I think she might need an exorcism with all the different voices and people she's playing, all these characters. I mean, maybe she, again, this is nothing but political ploys, and she thinks it's going to work. Maybe it might get her through the primaries, but the rest of us Americans are saying, you lie!
Right. Yeah. I mean, Nicole, she's supposed to be this feminist, this radical feminist. And then you see her, coming up there with her hijab on. Is this just about being respectful, or is this something else?
She's phony. If this was about respect, she could have wore her normal pantsuit, nice jacket, blouse, and just covered her head. This is what most people who are not Muslim, when they go into Muslim environments, this is what they do. You wear modest clothes and just cover your head. This is what's expected. Not for you to come and there were probably people there who were taken aback on what the hell is she doing? When you assume someone else's culture for political gain, it falls flat. And this is what I mean when I say there is no definitive Democrat voice. You would think it would be Hakeem Jeffries, but people don't take him seriously. He's so unserious. When he's asking high schoolers and college kids to walk away from their full ride scholarships to Division I schools so they can retain political power, he lost the game. He lost the game right there. Black men were already leaving, and this just opened the door even wider for them to at least hear what the Republican Party is offering. This kind of pandering falls flat. Now, next week, she'll probably be in a church playing a tambourine, Holy Ghost dancing. This is what they do. They think they're meeting you where you are. What they're actually doing is demeaning your culture. And people don't like it, and they don't like it bigly.
Right. Well, speaking of culture, we got to talk about Mamdani. Take a look at this next clip where this guy is calling him out. Clip 4.
Someone asked Zohran Mamdani why every single time he goes to a Muslim event or hosts an Eid or something, whatever, he has to conform to Sunni Islam and perform taqiyya instead of literally showing off that he's actually a Shia Muslim and doesn't need to do that. Like, if you are proud to be Shia and you are trying to push for Muslim unity, you wouldn't be wrapping your hands when you're praying every single time. It's fucking weird.
All right. So let's talk about this, folks. So we need to really cut through the noise on this rising radical in New York, this Zohran Mamdani, the guy who just became the first Muslim mayor of New York City. He is a 12er Shia Muslim. I actually didn't know this until I researched it. So he's not Sunni, he's Shia. All right. Specifically the 12er branch. That's the same dominant sect in Iran that follows the 12 imams and has deep ties to the kind of revolutionary political theology that fueled regimes like the Ayatollahs. So this is why a lot of people are saying that he is practicing taqiyya, which means in the Islam language, culture, they can pretend to be something else in order to push forward the Shia Muslim way. What are your thoughts there, Shelley?
Well, look, I think Mamdani is Shia. Of course, we know Shia is the more stringent version, if you will, or the sect versus Sunni, a little bit more perceived to be a little bit more moderate. But what he's doing is he's trying to pretend to New Yorkers that he's some moderate character and that he's doing all these policies. But what he's really pushing, which we've said from the beginning, he is pushing his Islamist agenda. Period. A Sunni Shia, whatever you want to call it, that's what he's pushing. And he's doing a damn good job of it, because it seems to me that at least right now in New York City, too many New Yorkers are into it, taking it sink, line, and hooker, no matter what. They are, just imbibing it all. So whatever he's doing, it's working for that. Again, you can't say he lied, because he actually campaigned on all of this, but he knows that there's some pushback, at least from the borders of New York. The rest of America is not buying it. So he needs to play this game, which I understand in my never to be humble opinion as well. Serious Muslims, they know how to do that. The radical Muslims, they know how to wear the facades, if you will. They know how to play the game. They know how to look you in your face and lie right to it. They will tell you exactly the opposite, because this is part of their plan, if you will, of radicalizing the world, making the world under Sharia law. That's it.
Yeah. Nicole, what are your thoughts there? Because there is a major difference between Sunni and the Shia Muslim. We've seen, time and time again, this Shia Islam is the one that's very, encroaching and just
radicalized.
Radical, right. What are your thoughts on what he's doing here in New York?
I think he's, like Shelley said, he is working his plan. And his plan has always been to tell these people anything they want to hear in order to keep them following him. But, there's a more interesting question. What I would like to ask people who inhabit New York City: what is your birthright worth? What is your freedom worth? Because it's not like he's hiding. When he put out those prayer rugs at the 9/11 memorial, there should have been blood in the streets. But they've forgotten. They're willing to throw away their birthright for moldy fruit at a state-run grocery store. They have fully embraced the idea that free things and things, tangible things, are more important than actual freedom, right? And this is the problem that I have with them. Listen, charlatans come and go. Zohran the moron is going to come and go. They're going to say that this type of radicalization works here in the United States because the United States is not going to let New York City fail. At some point, we're going to have to go in and intervene at some point. But before we get to that point, New Yorkers have to ask themselves, is it worth it? Is it worth it? And I'm just going to be very frank here. And you guys know my heart. I'm a Christian person. And I'm going to say this. I don't give a flying flankety flank what part of the Muslim tree he comes from. I don't give a doggone if he's radical, peaceful, happy, sad, hijab, no hijab, shoes, no shoes. Makes me no difference. Makes me no difference. What he's doing to the people of this city, into the state of New York, into the American citizens who's going to have to come in and clean this shit up is unconscionable. Absolutely unconscionable. And it is sad to see people throw away all of the advancements of the American people for a free bus ride and some moldy groceries. Is that all it's worth to you?
Right.
And stinky food, stinky
That
scents.
part.
Right. Folks, sound off in the chat. Let us know what you think. Folks, as you know, we have a goal tonight. We want to hit $1,000 in super chats before the night. There it is, folks. We need your help. Help us hit $1,000 in super chats tonight. We got some coming here, Shelly.
All right, we have Marla. Hi, Marla. Thank you for your $5. What did Jill do? She lied.
All right.
Bernie, thank you for your
Thank
$20.
you.
Bernie, hi, Bernie. Not much compared to some here tonight, but we guys got to do something. That's right, Bernie. You're doing all you can do, and we appreciate it. But Bernie,
Absolutely.
guess what? We know that you don't lie.
Right.
Laura.
Hi, Laura. How are you? Thank you for coming back again, Laura. God don't like ugly, y'all, and they are about to see the wrath of God for elder abuse.
Mhm.
That's right. And look, that's another thing, real quick. I'm sorry. Let me get to say this person. That's
What's that? What?
Laura. Okay.
Oh,
And is that Sagay or Sage?
Sagey Sage.
Sage. Thank you for your $20. Love you, ladies. Thank you, Sagey.
Thank you so
We
much.
were the same ones, even though we saw that that debate when Biden, grossly flunked. We also said that it was a form of elder abuse. We also said that Jill should have stopped it. Where were the doctors in the White House? But guess what? They were lying. They wanted us to believe the lie. So no, it was not us. It's not on us. We're not taking that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Folks, thank you guys so much for your supers. Again, if you support independent media, independent conservative media like us, please, this is the best way to do it. Okay. This is the best way to keep pushing the movement forward. All right. And again, like we mentioned, we have $1,000 goal for tonight in super chats. We got so many people watching. If we get 40 people, just 40 to give $25, we hit the goal. All right. So do we have 40 patriots tonight? Thank you all so much. Keep them coming. We're going to keep the content coming. And next we move on to again, still kind of talking about what President Trump and his administration is doing, which is keeping the left terrified the way that they are cracking down on these undocumented immigrants, these illegals. Have you guys heard about the new executive order from President Trump? Where he is no longer, he's stopping illegals' ability to use Zelle and Venmo. This is major. Take a look. This is clip 5.
And documented people might not be able to use Zelle or Venmo anymore. So last week, while I was on vacation, the Trump administration issued an executive order that is going to change the banking system once it's fully implemented. It will seriously limit undocumented people's ability to use Zelle or Venmo, because if they do excessively and they have no status in the United States and they used a non-US passport to start their bank account, what it will do is it will trigger what's called enhanced due diligence. So normally when you create a bank account, all you really need is your name, date of birth, and address, and some ID number. A matricula or your foreign passport, those have all been acceptable. But now under this executive order, what will happen is using a foreign passport or having an ITIN number will little by little degrade your rating with the bank. And if it degrades far enough, meaning you used an ITIN plus you registered with a non-US identification, plus other factors, then you will eventually reach what's called enhanced due diligence. Once an account has reached enhanced due diligence, there's no choice by the bank. They have to launch an investigation into you. They have to verify where your funds come. One of the things that they will look at that will also get you to enhance due diligence, apart from your foreign passport that you used to create the bank and an ITIN, is you're receiving repeated payments from peer-to-peer platforms such as Zelle or Venmo, because undocumented people receive money that way through Zelle or Venmo. If you see that, then it means that you might not have work authorization. Another thing they'll look at is if you do a lot of cash deposits, because that also signals that you do not have work authorization. Now, once that's happened, once you have been placed in EDD, they have to verify where your funds are coming from. Otherwise, they are no longer in compliance with the Bank Securities Act and the Patriot Act. It means that they
Wow. Folks, let me tell you, President Trump,
the shit's chess, it ain't checkers.
He ain't playing around. He is not playing around. Nicole, had you heard about this?
Yes, Secretary Bessent talked about it last week. So Secretary of Treasury Scott Bessent said one of the ways that they're going to do this is they're going to choke the money, right? We all heard the stories of the Somalis going through airports with suitcases full of cash and not being stopped. This ends today. There are so many moving pieces. Katie Britt, Republican out of Alabama, she's proposing legislation in the Senate that says that every U.S. employer, regardless of how many employees you have, need to start using the E-Verify system so that they guesstimate the 16 million or so people who are illegal and working in this nation will not be able to work because they can't get past the E-Verify system. So if they can't work and if they can't bank here, they can't be paid by their employers by Venmo and Zelle. What are they going to do? Go home. I mean, we're telling them in so many ways that you're not welcome here. And we talked about this last year on this very show. And we said, if they want them gone, they have to cut off all of their access to the things that made them come in the first place.
Kicking butt. Go ahead, Nicole.
Kicking ass and taking names. So I really enjoy this. I enjoy seeing how all of these little policy changes are coming together for a bigger picture that says illegal people, you don't belong here. Go back to your home nations and try again. Come the right way. And I believe that a lot of people who've waited in line, who paid their money, who came here the right way, agree with us. This is unconscionable that they got to skip the line and now they're complaining about being sent back home.
Absolutely. Shelley, what are your I mean, he's cutting off the head of the snake.
Cut off the head and the tail and the ass, whatever in between. That's number one. Number two, I love it because it's a follow the money trail. And this is how the American businesses, the Zelles, the Venmo, all these payers, if you will, or people who transfer the money, the banking system, this means that if they don't follow the compliance policies, they can be fined per transaction. So even if one person made a transaction out of the country and in the country and they didn't do their due diligence, then they're going to be fined both ways in both ends of the snake, right? That's number two. Let me tell you another reason why I love this. We as Americans, we have been, I would say, inundated and overly regulated because of the Patriot Act. Started with good intentions, but like many things in government, it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. So we have to comply. You know, we have to show all kinds of ID, whatever, when we even open a bank account, let alone when you walk into a bank, okay, just to withdraw your own money. So if we have to follow those policies or we are cited as Americans, then why should it be any less for people who are don't even belong here, who are here illegally and take advantage of our systems without any punitive consequences? The buck, literally, the buck is going to stop. Get your butt packing. Take your Zelle, your what's the other one they used to use a lot? Western Union.
Cash App.
Cash App too.
All those. Take that little bit of money and take your butt home or wherever you came from. We're sick of it. I'm tired of it. Give us our money back,
folks. This is it. I mean, and the only regret I have about this is that these are all executive orders. So we still need Congress to codify them into law. All right. And so this is why the midterms are so important. Folks, this is why the Democrats are terrified. They are terrified because they're seeing they're not going to be able to rig it. They're not going to be able to cheat That was their plan, to flood us with illegals, get these people to vote somehow, and then you thought they would vote for them, and they were going to continue, through this NGO with the votes and things. They were going to continue this grift. But Trump is gutting the system. He is gutting it, and they are terrified. All right, we got to continue to get the word out. We want to keep the House, we want to keep the Senate in these upcoming midterms, and we're going to continue to get the word out. This is what we're going to do. Speaking of the word, folks, Nicole has some breaking news.
I do. Where's my little flag? So, you guys remember I gave you some clues. Now, people have told me I'm not really good at the clues, but hear me out. These were quality clues. What you guys don't know is Shelly's been cooking in the kitchen with hot fish grease. Hot, like a master chef. KJ's been building like an architect, making sure all the cultural corners are straight, making sure the foundation is strong. And me, I've been stacking receipts. Because they can't tell us something foolish. And we've been doing all this work to introduce you to our new labor of love. It is called The Right Verdict.
All right.
3 voices, 1 standard of justice. It is a new YouTube channel. It is us with Law and Crime every Thursday night at 10 p.m. live. This is going to be so phenomenal. It's not going to be like Poppin' Politics, but this is us taking a hard look at cases where justice is at stake, and we're going to have differences of opinion of what that justice looks like and how we get there. You guys have to get over to that channel, like and subscribe now. It is going to be so fire. We are so excited. We've already got our first case ready to go, and it's up. I'm telling you,
we're going to have fun. And I can tell you what the first case is going to be.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, folks, the court is officially in session, folks.
Yes.
All right. This is going to be like nothing that's on YouTube. All right. Every Thursday at 10 p.m., right after you guys are finished watching Christian Conservative, go over to @The Right Verdict. It's live right now. The channel is live at The Right Verdict. Us 3 bold voices breaking down trials, crimes. We're going to do body cameras and courtroom drama. America can't stop watching. No spin, no sugarcoating, just justice, truth, and the verdict that matters. All right. You guys are going to love this. If you guys are real true crime nuts, you guys love all of these cases, these viral cases, these sensational cases that are coming out all across the country, you're going to love this channel.
That's right. And we want to hear from you, because there may be some case that you might hear of, or, that you think is significant enough that we can talk about it and break it down. Send it to us. Let us know. We want your engagement. We want your support. Let us know. @The Right Verdict. I forgot YouTube. You have to add the @ now, right?
Right.
So it's @The Right Verdict, right on YouTube. Go there, like, share, and subscribe that page right now, because we are coming.
Yes, we are.
We are so excited. We are so fired up for this, because what you guys don't know is all 3 of us are true crime addicts. When we're not popping and Christian conservating, this is what we watch. We watch body cam like everybody else. And, it seems like a good fit, because sometimes when we're not on camera and we talk about things, we have different perspectives, but it all leads to the same point. Justice for the families of the victims. Justice for the American people. And boy, if y'all think we get hot and heated on this show, you ain't seen nothing yet. Fact-based, good analysis, and it is going to be phenomenal.
Absolutely.
Wait.
And we're going to be bringing in special guests, folks. We're going to be bringing in attorneys. We're going to be bringing in detectives, police officers who can really dig into these cases as well. So again, these are the cases that we want to hear about, that you want to hear about. Going over, after the show tonight, @The Right Verdict. Go on over there and subscribe if you're not already subscribed. And this is going to be great.
Yep.
All right.
All right, we have some supers here.
Yeah.
All right, we have Laura. Thank you, Laura again.
Thank you, Laura.
Mom Dami is about to show what he's really going to do. Yeah, he started when he got sworn in January. You're right.
Sure did.
CH, thank you for your 25
Thank you
bucks.
so
Love
much.
you, ladies. Thank you so much. Jay Bullet, hi Jay, where have you been? Thank you for your $5.
Jay.
I love the show. Keep speaking the truth. US, Jay. That's right. We don't lie. Laura, thank you again, Laura, for your $10. Thank you. Thank you. You never saw Americans getting deported. That's because we know better. That's because we know better. Thank you so much for that. Who we have here? Carol. Hi, Carol. Thank you for your $20.
Thank you so much, Carol.
Kung Fu CJ, thank you for your $5. Cut their ass out, shall Thank you, Kung Fu. Thank you again, Kung Fu. I thought I told y'all do it on Tuesdays.
Sorry.
Listen, Thursday is the day to work for us. This is the day to work for us.
Yeah, but you can catch the replay, Kung Fu CJ, if you can't do it live.
You can always like, share, and subscribe. And so, heck, that'll help too. Kung Fu CJ, again, thank you. He says, I am prior LEO law enforcement officer. Thank you for your service.
Okay.
All the rest of you out there, again, if you are in our house, you better hit that like, share, and subscribe. Hit that like, share, and subscribe tonight. Go to our Discord channel as well. Go to metroconservativemedia.com. Shop. Look at all the articles there, all the posts that we have there. Look at the shows. Don't forget, speaking of shows, remember, not only do we have the new show, The Right Verdict, coming, but we still have Pop in Politics, of course. We have Just the Guys, and we have Christian Conservative. All the information is on that site, www.metroconservativemedia.com.
All right, folks. And as you know, we have a goal tonight to hit $1,000 in super chats. Right now, we have 397. We need $603 more to hit tonight's goal. Who's going to help push us over the top? Folks, thank you guys so much. And we got more content for you coming. So let's keep it going, ladies. And so we're going to talk next about the ICE heroes who crushed this leftist riot in New Jersey. Folks, America First is winning, and the left is melting down because their sanctuary utopia is collapsing. All right, we're talking about Newark. 9 savage anti-ICE rioters just got busted after launching brutal assaults on law enforcement outside the Delaney Hall Detention Center. Take a look at this. This is clip 6.
It's a bad scene. Amid the chaos, the state's Democratic governor saying that her administration will continue to support the agitators, adding that any blame for violence falls squarely, she says, on the ICE agents. Alexis McAdams has more from our New York City newsroom. Hi, Alexis.
Hi, Martha. Well, we were out there on the ground, and we can tell you we saw that not all of the protests there were peaceful, as according to the governor there, Mikey Sherrill. And this morning, the feds are working to track down a protester who was caught on camera there threatening to kill an ICE agent and his entire family in New Jersey, which the acting attorney general tells Fox is a federal crime.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
You're dead. And we see his face, and I promise you, we will find him. And when we find him, we will arrest him, because it is a crime not only to threaten law enforcement, but not surprisingly to threaten their family as well.
So we'll keep an eye on that as the DOJ continues their search. More protests overnight at the ICE detention facility in Newark, New Jersey. Caught on camera, the crowd telling agents to take out their guns and kill themselves. That's something we keep hearing in the crowd. Yesterday, this interaction was also caught on camera. I want you to watch here. An anti-ICE protester shows up harassing a man there behind the fence.
Wow. Well, folks, breaking news tonight. Trump's FBI raided the house and carried out felony arrests against these leftist terrorists who threatened to kill ICE agents and their families. So guess what? We got them. We got them. These nuts are insane. They bit, kicked, punched, and sprayed unknown chemicals on these ICE officers. They hurled wooden pallets, mattresses, and barricades to block transfers of criminal illegals, including one charged with assault. So, of course, this wasn't a peaceful protest, as we can see. Nicole, what are your thoughts about this?
You know, none of these protests are peaceful, and they're not organic. These are people who are being paid to come out and start trouble. But what I loved out of all of that chaos was finally that the rules of engagement have changed. These ICE agents aren't standing there being pelted, spit on, kicked. You saw them with their batons moving that crowd, and it's about time. This is what we needed to see earlier in the year. This is what should have been happening. These are federal law enforcement officers. You put your hand on one of them, you spit on one of them, you should get roughed off pretty good. I mean, there should be some pain as punishment. There should be some serious pain in your life. But because that wasn't what was happening, it made them grow emboldened. They felt like, oh, they're not going to do anything. We can really show our tail. Not anymore. Mark Wayne said, not today. This is not what we're doing today. You fool around and find out. He's not playing with them. And it was about time. Lock them up when they break the law. Protesting, absolutely. Go out, shake your fist, make you a sign, walk around the block a couple times, whatever you want to do. But when you start threatening the lives of federal law enforcement officers, when you're hitting, kicking, spitting on law enforcement officers, there has got to be a reckoning for that type of behavior.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Shelly, what are your thoughts? I mean, as you many people said, this was coordinated. This was a coordinated riot.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Well, it's going to be a coordinated catch their asses and throw away the key. That's going to be coordinated too. Mark Wayne, that cowboy, is getting that lasso and he is rounding them up. Round them up, cowpokes. That's what he's doing. These people are terrorists. They are domestic terrorists. And I would bet you that some of them are here illegally and they got the audacity to come out and threaten our law enforcement. Okay. You don't belong here. Go home. Mark Wayne, keep doing what you're doing. I suspect and I hope this is going to be the summer, what they call it, the summer of love, whatever. Yeah, let's make it there. The summer of love and peace and woo-ha. Woo-ha their asses, round them up and get them out of here. You threaten their federal agents, you threaten their families. I mean, you including their wives, their children, their spouses. What I mean, oh my gosh. And on camera, they're bold. Well, boldly catch their asses and round them up and lock them up.
Well, let's talk about this because this is what the left keeps talking about. These detainees were on a hunger strike. So they're whining about conditions within these deportation centers while us American taxpayers foot the bill for their free room and board. So should we be upset about this? I mean, what are your thoughts there, Shelly?
Absolutely. I want my money back. I mean, look, I know there's a humanitarian factor. You have to give them 3 hots and a cot. But honestly, if they want to starve themselves, let them starve themselves. What the hell? I mean, if you want, why should I have to force you to eat? I mean, you know, only way you can force somebody to eat, either you're going to open their mouth and put food down, which is really not safe, or you're going to hook them up to an IV and give them fluids. Neither one is that's not even necessary. If my grandmother used to say, when you're hungry, you'll eat. Okay, that's it. You ain't got. If you want to starve yourself, oh well. I mean, I wouldn't recommend it because at a certain point, it's going to be kind of painful. Okay, but if that's what you choose to do, you're 18 and over. You have my blessings.
Nicole, what are your thoughts here? They're saying that the conditions are poor.
Well, the conditions might be poor, but I guarantee you it's better than the nations they came from. Let's do that. Let's do all of that. And you know what? I got a quick solution. Go home. Go home. Take your back to your damn mud hut. Go home. Go home where you don't have power. Go home where hot water is scarce. Take your raggedy ass home. Home. Go home. Happy to let you out to take your ass home. But listen, if you're going to break into our country and you're going to steal our resources, there's going to be some detention. We need more immigration judges, make no mistake, because these cases should take a hot 5 minutes. A hot 5 minutes. How long you been here? 30 years. You don't have a green card. Right. Take it on back to where you came from. What about my children? Pack them up and go with you. There's nothing that says that they can't live in your home nation. Anyway, I have had enough of coddling these people. Enough.
Right. And get this, talk about coddling. So Governor Mickey Sherrill, the Democrat in charge, flat out refused to send state police backup when federal officers begged her for help. Local Newark cops wanted to assist, but her administration blocked them. So while ICE agents were getting assaulted, blue state politicians stood down and let the mob run wild. So Cheryl was even denied entry herself earlier, then played victim. Okay, so again, this is what we're talking about. These are the priorities here. This is what they do. These leftists, this is what they do. All right. And when we talk about this, you see what's happening here in New Jersey, and the New Jersey Democrats choosing rioters over officers. And look at what Hochul is doing in New York City. All right. It gets even worse. So while ICE agents are getting bitten, kicked, and chemically sprayed trying to remove criminal illegals, Kathy Hochul, the governor of New York, just signed a radical new law banning ICE from wearing masks on the job. This is clip 12.
Agitator telling an agent, "I have your face," and threatening to kill his family. A different scene right now in New York City with protesters outside Governor Kathy Hochul's office here in New York City. And just hours ago, that was on the topic of masked ICE agents, is when that took place. She said this.
We are banning masks for all law enforcement in the state of New York. People have rights that we are not foregoing just because there's been this decision by the Trump administration to unleash hell in our streets. And this is a moment for us.
And now the Justice Department is vowing to take action against that New Jersey rioter you just saw. The law states that a violent threat made to a federal official carries a maximum penalty of up to 10 years. Lisa, what a juxtaposition. I will kill you, your whole family, while we say they can't wear masks.
Yeah, it says, "I have your face, you are dead," is what this individual said. I mean, isn't this domestic terrorism that we've seen around the country? Because the aim is to try to shape government policy via force and via intimidation and via domestic terrorism. That's what we're seeing. I mean, we've seen this now for quite some time, to the point where we've seen at least a 1,300% increase at one point against ICE officers. We saw that ambush in 2025, July, in Prairie Land ICE Detention Center, where you had the fireworks and the distractions, and then you saw about a dozen rounds were fired and hitting an ICE agent in the neck as well. Kristi Noem, a former Department of Homeland Security, previously said that we saw bounties placed on the head of agents as well. It was 2,000.
Wow. Wow. Shelley, these Democrats aren't just soft on crime. They're actively endangering the men and women enforcing the law. I mean, how much more chaos are we supposed to tolerate?
We shouldn't tolerate much of it necessarily. I mean, no matter what. Number two, this is their plan. This is what they intend to do. From the defund the police, this is what they want. Number three, Kathy Hochul, newsflash, sweetheart, you don't have control over federal policy. So the ICE agent is going to basically say, up yours with that rule, that law. Okay. And then as far as the officers that were denied or disallowed from helping the ICE agents, see, this is one of my moments when I say break the law. This is the moment when I say, damn what your superiors say, because your superiors can absolutely be wrong. I wish those officers had said, to hell with that. We're going to go help our brothers in blue, so to speak, brothers behind the badge, and then whatever happens, and if you fire us, then you still won't have protection for the rest of the damn city in New York. This is what I wish they had done. There's a place, I keep saying it, there are times and places to say break the law, damn following the rules, so to speak, and I believe this was one of them.
Yeah. Nicole, what are your thoughts here?
I agree 100% with Shelley. There are some times when your good sense have to override poor policy. And this was one of those things, because had this been on the other foot, those ICE agents would have come running, lights and sirens, to help protect and defend. But what's happening in these blue states is, of course, they're losing their power base because they wanted to import a bunch of brown folk to replace the black folk that have moved on to greener pastures. They're losing that. They lost all of their money laundering when USAID was shut down.
Oh, you're breaking up. You're going in and out, Nicole.
All right, can you hear me better now? Can you hear me better now?
Yes.
Okay. So all of the things that they have going on in these blue states, it's coming to an end. President Trump has moved forward to reduce their federal funding. DHS is talking about shutting down some things. You have Department of Transportation talking about shutting down some things for blue states. It's going to be tough to be a blue state and support all of these liberal policies with no money. It's going to be almost impossible. And I love to see it. They are quite literally strangling the life out of the people who laugh at our law.
Yeah. And Democrats in blue states are doing everything possible to hamstring Trump's remigration machine. They're refusing to back up in Newark, then forcing agents to go barefaced. So cartels, because this is what these people, the cartels and criminals can identify, dox, and attack them easier. This is what open borders insanity looks like, folks, in 2026. The politicians who protect illegals over Americans. All right. And it doesn't just stop in Newark. Breaking news out in Virginia. All right. This wench just got into office, Governor Abigail Spanberger, and she's now facing calls to resign after her sanctuary policies allowed an illegal alien to we know what that means, to be released only to go sexually assault a woman in a staircase. Take a look at this.
Court records showed me that he was arrested on May 19th in Fairfax County on 5 charges, including a felony. But only 3 days later, he was back on the street and allegedly assaulted a woman. So this is just a really concerning, a disturbing situation that we're telling you about this morning. Take a look here. The suspect on your screen, 25-year-old Cristobal Vasquez Sanchez. Arlington police say he inappropriately approached a woman in a parking garage stairwell about 10 days ago. Another person was there to step in and help her, and then he ran away before investigators found and arrested him 3 days later. So here's a look at his record I mentioned. I found 26 different charges total across Fairfax and Arlington, from other assaults to drug possessions and property damage, just to name a few. The most recent was 3 days before this alleged Arlington assault, where he was arrested for assault on an officer, which is a felony charge, but he was freed from custody, released on recognizance. So 7 News also learned yesterday that he is undocumented, and ICE had issued a detainer that Fairfax County officials did not honor. Here's what DHS told us. Sanctuary politicians released this criminal from jail back into Virginia communities. Vasquez Sanchez then went on to rack up charges for rape and sexual assault.
All that laundry list of crimes. Why is he still here? I do not. Why is he? This should be the easiest thing. You got all these charges. The first one, he should have been shipped out. Wow, I don't understand it. I really don't. I do not understand it. And now has gone on to sexually assault and do all kinds of things to women. Shelly, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, these are, I'll repeat my alliteration. Progressive policies pulverize the people they purport to protect. That means you, me, Nicole, KJ, every other innocent America and American loving person. These progressive policies literally will pulverize us. So they don't give a damn. This is not even about care and compassion. It's all about them using and saying these compassionate terms and concepts to play on people's emotions so that they can remain in power. Abigail Spanberger does not give a damn about the women who were attacked and raped and murdered, whomever. She doesn't care. Neither does any other blue dog, if you will, or whatever Democrat they were, who's pushing these policies across the country, from the Abrego Garcias to all of the people that we have seen murdered, the young girls that we've seen murdered, even right here in Maryland, Daria, Thompson, all these people, these politicians, primarily, if not 100% in this case, Democrats, progressives, leftists, they don't give a damn. All they care about is their power. You and your family can be killed, maimed, destroyed. They will not blink an eye.
Yeah. I want to get you in on this, Nicole. I want to acknowledge our super chatters. Folks, we got a goal tonight to hit $1,000 in super chats. We appreciate all of your support.
All right, we have Regine Franklin. Thank you, Regine, for stopping by for your $20. Thank you, ladies, for your service to the world. Greatly appreciated. Thank you so much. Southern Charm, thank you for your $10. Love you, ladies. Keep up the great work. Call out the demon rat lies. They lie. I'm trying to save my voice, Raven. You're right. So I can sing. Don't you?
Oh no.
Eyes blue. Jay Bullets, thank you for your $5. Give us our money back. Every red cent. That's right. Josh, thank you. Let's get that $1,000 goal tonight. Love you all. Thank you so much. Thank you for that. Yes. Who else do we have? Producers coming on. Okay. So everybody else hit that like, share, and subscribe. Raven, I am saving my voice for my Brown Eyes song. Thank you for that.
Oh my gosh. Folks, thank you guys so much. I mean, this goal is it's to help us keep building here at Poppin' Politics as independent conservatives. Okay, we use support from you guys to improve our production, pay for editing, graphics, the research, our time, just to keep this platform growing without depending on corporate media, these political gatekeepers, or even people who want conservative voices quieted. You guys keep us going. And if this show informs you, if it entertains you, if it gives you a voice, this is a great way to help keep us going and keep us making us stronger. So we appreciate you all. Thank you so much. Again, folks, tonight, this is Friday Night Live, and our goal here tonight is to hit $1,000 in super chats. We are we're not almost, we're about halfway there, I think. Over half, I think. Where are you at, folks?
A little over half.
Okay, great. Oh, wow. We're a little over half. Okay. So that's awesome. All right. Yep. So that's the goal tonight. Keep them coming, folks. We're not leaving until we hit it. All right. So let's keep it going. All right. So speaking of keeping it going, folks, whistleblowers are coming out of the woodworks, and the Democrats are terrified. This is what draining the swamp looks like, protecting real kids who need services by stopping the parasites stealing from them. Take a look at this. This is clip 7.
Audit all 50 American states looking for potentially massive fraud in the billing of autism treatment. This is happening now amid a recent explosion in spending on autism services. North Carolina alone apparently saw an 11,000% increase in the last 4 years. Why was that? Good question for Alexandria Hoff, live in D.C. Alex, hello. Good morning.
Hey, Bill, yeah, it is a good question because according to that data coming out of North Carolina, the use of taxpayer-funded autism services is significantly outpacing the number of children being diagnosed. So something's not right there, and it's not just in the Tar Heel state. A recent analysis by the Cato Institute found that in 5 years, Medicaid billing has surged in every other state that makes their data public for money spent on ABA therapy. It's applied behavior analysis, that's what it's called. For reference, Minnesota's ABA spending increased by about 51,000% since 2018. We all know what happened there. President Trump spoke on that yesterday.
You saw that with millions of dollars just being stolen. Everybody had autism. Everybody had autism, they said. It was incredible, actually. And I've just seen I see what they're doing. You haven't seen anything yet.
It's not necessarily malice everywhere. That hasn't been proven yet. ABA therapy is considered a critical resource for children diagnosed with autism, but given its complicated billing structure, incentive to overbill, an influx of private equity-backed providers into that space, it's really being looked at like a gold rush. Audits so far by HHS's Office of Inspector General has uncovered $198 million in improper payments made in just 4 states, $410 million incorrectly billed. And examining this really depends on each state's ability to organize and analyze its own spending. That's why HHS is now deploying AI tools to double check that oversight and try to root out any possible fraud.
Wow. All right, folks, this is all under Secretary Bobby Kennedy. He is launching a full-scale audit of autism programs across all 50 states. Nicole, what are your thoughts on this?
You know, it's a long time in coming. There are children and people who legitimately need the help. They need the resources, and the American people don't want them to go without it. But when you start having more program funds for children that don't even have the diagnosis, she's right. Something's horribly wrong. And RFKJ needs to, with a fine-tooth comb, come through these programs. There are some states that have a carve out in their Medicaid to pay family members to take care of their own family, to pay them like they're CNAs or LPNs, you know, people who are, you know, have some training that can come in, change a dressing or a drain, you know, to do the actual clinical work. They're paying family members to actually care for their own family. There's something inherently wrong with that. And I think RFKJ is just the right guy to do it. All of these programs that have carte blanche, where we're just giving them money, we're throwing money at them. Money sometimes doesn't fix the problem. Sometimes it'll be this. It'll be some policy changes that says, is this child really autistic? That's a big question, because every year, Shelley can vouch, that spectrum gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. They just keep adding other diagnoses on. There's a lot of moving pieces to this, but this is absolutely shameful. And the people who are taking advantage of these people who definitely need the help should be held to account.
They should. And this is at the top levels of the left, because once they're diagnosed with these, and you correct me, Shelley, when they're increasing these diagnoses in order to increase the services that come along with them, and it becomes just this massive grift.
Mm-hmm.
I had to calm down because this makes my blood boil. Okay. We've been saying on here for more than a year now, because I know you've heard me say it many times. Number one, this is all 50 states, the fraud and abuse. I've said that the fraud is the engine of the government. We told you that Medicare and Medicaid, you qualify for one, you can qualify for several. And the fraud just keeps replicating, duplicating across the programs. So not only is the autism program, that may be one, however many millions or billions there is, the fraud, but because you qualify for that autism, you qualify for other programs and all the other services therein. So that's how the billions and maybe even trillions of dollars of fraud across all these programs. The two overarching programs are Medicare and Medicaid. Okay, needs an overhaul, period. You qualify for one. I've said it once, I've said it 10 times. You qualify for one, you will qualify for several. And therein lies the fraud. And now this is the most important thing I'm going to say here. Remember this principle. Whatever the government sponsors, whatever the government supports and pays for, you get more of it. Okay, you get more of it. That line, that spectrum, those analyses, the diagnoses, they continue to grow because there's more and more money that goes into it. And guess where the money comes from? You, me, and Nicole, and all the other taxpayers like us that are, working, saving. We can't use our own money to pay for our services because it's being taken from us to pay for all this fraud. Give us our money back. I know we probably won't get it back. And you can say that we're incompassionate and we're heartless. And I know many of you may have people in your family who have autism and have other legitimate diagnoses. Guess what?
You're being robbed too.
Yes, you're being robbed too. But ultimately, because the money's being used in so many other places fraudulently, that, like Nicole said, you can't get the services. But just because you have an autistic person or a sick person, whatever, my heart goes out to you. But I want to be able to pay for my needs too.
Yeah. And it's not compassion. It's a grift. These clinics are popping up all over the place, overdiagnosing mild cases, phantom billing these people for hours that never happened, and they're milking the system while genuine families wait in line, folks. The same thing they're doing with this illegal immigration. People who come here the right way, pay all this money, wait for years while the people jumping the border. Minnesota just had its largest autism fraud bust ever. $46 million over that. Fake services and kickbacks. Other states are seeing the exact same pattern. And the left still screams and cries about underfunding. They still say it, while they totally ignore how their bloated entitlements, this entitlement machine, invites fraudsters to loot the mess out of it.
I agree wholeheartedly, KJ. Let me tell you, one of the horrible things that happens to me every week, and it is fairly horrible, is when I sit down and I take a look at the receipts from one of our offices, and I look at the names of the people who came in with Maryland Medicaid or DC Medicaid. And there are some very foreign sounding names on there. Now, I'm not saying that they're not anchor babies, they weren't born here, but at some point we have to have policy that says, if you can't afford to sustain yourself in this nation, you have to go. You have to go. Because there are people who are paying $700 a month for Blue Cross Blue Shield, and they're scared to death to get sick because on top of that $700 a month, they got a $50,000 deductible. They can't even afford to die, you know? They can't afford. They can't afford to be in an accident and all of that. And then you see people coming into the office and they're coming in for another referral for have a massage, another referral to, you know, have their ear looked at, to grow their eyelashes back. And you think, where does America draw the line at us being gracious to people who've come here to milk the system? Is it when your own grandpa can't get the help that he needs? When your own child can't get into a clinic like Kennedy Krieger because all of the money is being spent on something else? We have to get really serious about the impact that poor immigration policy has made on healthcare, and it is tremendous. I can tell you it is staggering how much money we've spent on non-citizens, making sure they're healthier than our actual citizens.
Absolutely.
Right. Folks, come on in. As you come in, hit that like button. It helps to get this video out in front of a wider audience, and we appreciate the support. We got more coming. We got more coming for you folks. Before we do, want to acknowledge our super chatters. Thank you all
Right.
so
We have
much.
producers.
Yes, and we have a goal tonight to hit $1,000 in super chats. Please,
right.
folks, your help is greatly appreciated. Let me just say this before we acknowledge you all. Independent conservative media only stays independent when the people like you who value it, help build it, folks. We're not taking money from Qatar or Israel or all these other places. You all right in here, right in these 50 states are helping us. You all who love America, who want to keep us free, you guys are helping us, and we appreciate each and every one of you.
All right. Yes. Thank you, Terry Lynn, for that $50. Thank you, ladies.
Wow,
for
Terry Lynn. That's amazing.
Each week. Thank you so much. We appreciate that. We have Mr. Jilly. Thank you for your $5. Thank you for watching. Big Island, Hawaii. Oahu's in the house. Thank you. 80s. Thank you for your your $20. I'll say that.
Thank you so much.
Joe been gone and Abigail got to go. Pray for us here in VA and Virginia. Keep up the great work, ladies. Thank you so much for your support. All right, Jessica. Thank you, Jessica, for your $2. Nothing but love to my Poppin' Politics family. Y'all are always there. Thank you so much. Tell Mackenzie we said hi. She should be in bed. Right, she should be in bed right now on the East Coast.
All right, you folks. We're at $609. We got 391 to go. All right, folks. Poppin' Politics family. We're kind of in the final stretch. I know we set, we can do it. I know we set a bold goal tonight, $1,000 in super chats, but we are not playing small anymore. Again, if we have informed you, encouraged you, made you laugh, made you think, helped you push back against these leftist lies, this is the moment to stand with us. Let's finish strong. All right. We had another super chat there. Kung Fu CJ says, Kung Fu CJ.
Yeah, thank you for $5. He says, remember, Pat fam, your donations are tax deductible. All right. Thank you, Kung Fu CJ, for that little bit of advice there.
All right. Well, moving right along, folks. Got to talk about LA. LA is about to flip red. let me tell you, Spencer Pratt has new poll came out today, is leading incumbent Karen Bass in the LA mayor's race. LA residents are rejecting the same failed progressive policies that turned a world-class city into a mess of tense crime and decline. Take a look at this. This is clip 8.
Angry about LA.
Kind of smell like shit, but it's all right.
Homeless on every corner.
LA isn't a city, it's a public toilet at this point.
I don't want to walk to my car and go, oops, I stepped in human feces.
Actually, I'm not angry about LA. There's traffic, but it's been like that forever.
There's homelessness, but it's been like that forever.
Yeah.
Poverty, period.
The potholes. What is Mayor Bass doing to solve these problems?
No, I didn't heard nothing. Ain't no change.
Nothing.
Still smell like I haven't seen none.
I wonder sometimes.
Who were you voting for?
Bass.
Right. Nothing that Bass has done, but you're going to vote for her.
I'm not even voting.
Does it matter? It really doesn't matter. Spencer Pratt. Spencer Pratt. We're going to have a Pratt Daddy summer, I'll tell you that.
He actually tells us the truth. He tells you the real hard truth of what's going on.
Karen Bass.
What is Karen Bass's greatest accomplishment?
Removing the homeless.
Yeah, she did a great job with that.
I believe so. Do you agree?
No.
Absolutely not.
It's been a year and a half since the Palisades fire, and practically nothing has been rebuilt. If this was a year and a half ago, I would be in someone's house right now. Did Karen Bass do a good job handling the Palisade fires?
Absolutely not. She wasn't even here.
She could have done a better job of throwing a ball from here to China.
She didn't do a great job.
So just so we're counting, can't name an accomplishment of Karen Bass, didn't do a good job in the fires, but she's still your girl.
She's still my girl.
Oh my God.
Nithya Raman.
Never heard of her.
She says she has the solution to stopping wildfires, stopping backyard barbecues.
I'm African American. I'm whole black. We gonna barbecue regardless.
What?
Oh my gosh. All right.
She killed me. I'm whole black. Let me tell you. I'm whole black. We gonna cook out. That's what we're gonna do.
Well, let me say, you look whole black too. You look all black. You've been black for a long time. I see that. All right, let's get into this. I mean, he is surging in the polls. And let me also say, folks, for you guys who live in the Midwest, or maybe you live in beautiful Florida and you think that people who say there's human poop on the streets, you got it, they're exaggerating. Folks, we're in Baltimore and I've almost stepped in it. This is real. In blue cities, you can step in human feces. And let me tell you, I'd prefer to step in a Italian Mastiff's poop than human feces. This is what we have going on. Shelly, what are your thoughts on what's going on in LA?
Look, first of all, that lady who said it doesn't matter, what's the difference? You know why people say that? Because they have seen so many repetitive politicians who really don't do what they say they're going to do, or they make things worse. So I can understand her mindset there. But Spencer Pratt, I hope he's coming. He's coming to bat. He's coming for whatever Karen Bass. He's coming for them. I hope he takes California. Would that not be so amazing if California is Spencer Pratt? That would be so exciting. Oh my gosh. We would have to make a gold rush trip just to go out there to California. But it's amazing. I hope he takes California, Los Angeles by storm. And then all of those lefties out there, the streets will be clean. Ask Gavin where he put them, because he cleaned them up for when the Chinese came. I mean, just ask him how to do it. But the streets will be cleaner. Traffic's going to be traffic. But again, I think the Californians will have a renewed sense of hope in the American dream. The leftists have ruined that state. And my prayer is that Spencer Pratt is the answer for 2026.
Yeah. Before we move to you, Nicole, we gotta acknowledge our super chat.
All right, we have. I'm gonna say Yahweh Ra. Thank you for your $100 all the way
Thank you.
That
is so amazing.
Jessica again. Jessica says Mackenzie's out for the summer, so she's watching.
Oh,
okay, Mackenzie,
nice.
go to bed. Mackenzie, go to bed. Bernie, hi Bernie. Thank you for $100.
Wow.
Can we say a grand? Can we say a grand? Love y'all.
A grand.
All right, we got a grand here. Thank you, Bernie. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for your super chats tonight. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. But also remember, hit that like, share, and subscribe button, and go to our website, www.metroconservativemedia.com. And remember, if you didn't see the early part of the show, you need to rewind. But we also have a new podcast coming up.
Yes.
It's called The Right Verdict, and it's going to feature yours truly. It's going to be on Thursdays, and our next, our live show, our first show, our inaugural show will be next week.
All right. So we got to talk about California, Nicole. What are your thoughts on these polls?
You know, I'm not a big believer in polls, just as a political person. You can make a poll say what you wanted to say, but what I will say is he has caught fire. He has won over the imagination of people who live in Los Angeles, and he's done it in very inventive ways. You know, he sandblasts clean a message on their filthy streets. The streets that they think are clean, they think all the streets are all that dark gray. Well, a sandblasted message to say Los Angeles can be this clean. And people are like, damn, the sidewalk is not really gray. Right. Little tiny things that he has done to engage them, saying, you know, what we can do doesn't cost a lot of money. We don't need $10 billion to rehome 300 homeless folk. That's not what we need. And these people don't want to move. They're drug addicts. They need help, and not the kind of help that's voluntary. They need involuntary help.
Right.
There has to be a line between civilized and uncivilized society. And right now in Los Angeles, that there is not that line. There are people doing, you know, pooping in the streets, doing open air drugs. All of this is happening in another great American city. Who's going to come and save us? You couldn't have told me 6 months ago, I would say Spencer Pratt.
Right.
I would have laughed at you. I would have held my stomach and giggled. But sometimes what you need is an outsider, somebody who has a fresh set of eyes, who can look at a problem and say, okay, this is the way you do it, especially when that problem has impacted him. This is how we got Donald Trump.
Right. And he's authentic. This is what people love. Authentic. And you can clearly see that he cares about LA. He cares about California. He's a lifelong Californian. Okay. And let's talk about these polls. So this, not only the poll that I mentioned, I believe was the, forget the name of that poll. But there's a LA, what is it? LA Times, I'm sorry, UC Berkeley LA Times poll that was released on May 28th. That one also is showing Bass's favorability is equally dismal. She has 32% favorable versus 65% unfavorable, and 62% of likely voters say LA is headed in the wrong direction. So according to this new poll, Karen Bass is at 26%. Nathia Rahman is at 25%, and Spencer Pratt is at 22%. That's the LA Times poll. Okay. So folks, we're in a statistical dead heat inside the margin of error. All right. So folks, we got to get everybody out to the polls in LA to vote for Spencer Pratt. I wish this was happening here in Baltimore City. I wish this was happening in Philadelphia, in New York City, but it looks like these areas are going the direct opposite. I mean, we must not have enough human poop that we're stepping in. And literally, you can step in it on City Hall steps.
And don't forget to use condoms. Don't forget to use condoms. Don't forget the literal use condoms. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I mean, it is a shithole, a literal shithole. Okay. So bravo to you guys in LA.
Yes.
Who are, you know, you've had enough. You've had enough of shoveling this shit, and you want to see some real change. You got to just get over the finish line with this. And I pray that you guys bring it on home and vote for Spencer Pratt.
I agree. And you know what, KJ? The one thing that they need to keep showing on the loop is that woman living inside the sewer.
Yeah.
That's what they should continue to show on a loop. This is a Black woman, you know, because Karen Bass puts emphasis on her Blackness. This is a Black woman living in a damn sewer. In a sewer.
Wow.
I mean, if that doesn't rattle your spirit, nothing will. You're dead on the inside.
Yeah, absolutely. Do we have any California people in the chat? What are you guys hearing on the ground? I mean, do you think this is really going to happen? Send it off and let us know. All right. Again, folks, we have a goal tonight. We have a goal almost there. We're almost there. Our goal tonight is to hit $1,000 in super chats. $1,000 in super chats. We're almost there. Please, folks, continue to keep it coming. We're in the final stretch. This is a bold goal, as we said. This is a bold goal, but we are not playing small anymore. And if Poppin' Politics has informed you, if we encouraged you, if we've helped move some of you guys from the blue, being Democrat to being conservative, come on in, hit that like button and super chat tonight to help us reach our goal. All right. So we're moving right along here. Speaking of California, you guys know we're in the leftist bastion of Maryland. Okay, you're not going to believe what these people are doing now. The Maryland Teachers Union is urging Democrat members to flip to Republican to impact our Republican primary. Yeah, this is clip 13.
Maryland Teachers Union is urging its Democratic membership to flip their voter registrations to Republican to impact the upcoming primary election results.
As Project Baltimore's Chris Papps explains, some say this type of political activism deviates from the teachers union's nonprofit's mission while cheapening the democratic process.
This newsletter from the Harford County Education Association was released in mid-April. Over its 15 pages, the teachers union discusses many topics important to educators, such as contract negotiations, understanding school budgets, or how to attend training sessions. But in reading this newsletter, one page seems to stand out. A page that at the top contains a large red arrow. You can't miss it. It reads, flip. On this page, the teachers union is encouraging its members who are Democrats or independent to switch their party affiliation to Republican to give the union a larger impact on upcoming elections. The newsletter even includes a QR code that directs readers to the Maryland State Board of Elections website where party affiliation can be changed. It's so easy. The newsletter explains. Have you seen this tactic before in Harford County?
This is new to Harford County.
Bob Castley is the Harford County executive.
It makes everybody cynical about our government, about democracy.
The reason Project Baltimore spoke to Castley is because he's the Republican the union highlights in the newsletter when encouraging members to switch political parties before Maryland's primary on June 23rd.
It's very arrogant, and they want to be able to choose not just who's on the ballot in the Democrat primary, they want to be able to choose on the ballot for the Republican primary.
They're getting desperate. Nicole, what are your thoughts on this?
You know, this is an old Democrat trick that's been around for a while. And we saw it play out in 2020 and 2024 on the national stage when we're taking a look at some House races and that kind of thing. And the then Democrat leader who was the person behind it, because it actually happened here in Maryland yet again, where they funded videos for the Republican candidate that kind of low-key bashed him, you know? And people were like, I don't know how to feel, so I'm just not going to vote for him. And it happens a lot, and it's disgusting. Some states have moved to an open primary system, and moving to an open primary says, and now you don't have to play in someone else's primary because everybody's good to go. But The number one state that moved to that open primary system was California. And you should hear those California Dems screaming at the top of their lungs. They want to close their primaries again because of Spencer Pratt and Chad Blanco and Steve, I forget his last name. So all of these things happened because they want to meddle in someone else's selection of their candidate. Virginia used to actually put their candidates up through their convention. They would pick their candidates out of convention. So it was a very closed environment. But in today's world, you have Democrats running as Republicans, Democrats, funding things that they think will help defeat Republicans, not in the primary, but in the general. It is dirty pool. Politics is not for nice people. It's not. This is where the mean kids come to flex. It's not for everybody. The general public doesn't see all of this stuff that happens behind the scenes. All they know is, in November, they'll have a ballot and you got a Republican choice, a Democrat choice, and maybe a third party choice. But the work that gets put in to make sure that Republicans are electing other Republicans, it's hard, especially in super blue majorities. It is very hard.
Yeah. Yeah. Shelley, what are your thoughts on this? Is this just part of the game?
So no, I don't think it is part of the game in that it happens. But one of the things I was thinking about was the open primaries. This was a plus in the column for me to have open primaries. That's number one. Number two, I thought about this. I said, well, interestingly enough, if they do that in the primary, are they then going to vote twice in the primary, not the general? Because obviously they don't really care who wins the primary on the Democratic side. If they're willing to switch sides to vote in the Republican primary, and screw all that up, that means that they're not going to be able to vote in their own Democratic primary. So I said, are they going to cheat and vote twice in the primary on the Republican side and somehow on the Democratic side? That's what I think they're doing. They're going to not only just manipulate the Republican side, they're going to play both sides. That's what I believe that they'll do, that they're headed to do. It happens. This is bold. Okay.
And the union, is this something that the union usually
exactly? They're bold about it. They're bold about it now. Exactly. It's normally not so vocal about it. It's normally hush hush. But now, like you said, they're desperate. They are coming out all ends, and they are telling you what they're doing. They have no qualms, no shame anymore. They're putting in their newsletter. It's on the news. It's vocal now. Naming the Bob Casserly and whomever else. They are desperate. They can't get the redistricting. They can't cheat that way, or the voting rights have been slapped down as far as the racial gerrymandering. They are bold and vocal about this right now, and they don't care.
Wow. Yeah. Folks, well, we want to keep you all informed of what's going on. This is in Maryland. I'm sure it's happening in probably other leftist states. And and just to respond to what you said, Shelley, I don't think they'll probably vote in the Democrat primary. I think they already know that the Democrat primary, they have that on lock. I mean, we're in a leftist area. These people that they're running on the Democrat side generally are ones that are career politicians. So they're going to win anyway. Yeah. And this is why they say, well, we can afford to waste our vote on a Republican in order to try to make the most likable Republican, or the Republican that is most likely to beat that Democrat, lose. That's what they want to do. Exactly. They hate competition.
Yeah.
Well, they're only doing this in the red areas of Maryland. So Maryland has some very red areas, believe it or not, in this very blue state. So when we see this kind of stuff happening, one, you have to sound the alarm. You have to let the Republicans know what's going on. Two, you want to complain to the state election board, say, hey, this is dirty pool, but that's what the state party is for. That's what the central committees are for. But ultimately, you use this as a tool to turn out low propensity Republicans, Republicans who never vote in a primary. Let me tell you, Harford County has a tremendous central committee, and I can guarantee you that they're going to be knocking doors and blowing up cell phones going, look at what they're trying to do to us. We call them the poison apple people for a reason, but these poison apple people feel emboldened because who are you going to complain to? The Democrat governor, the Democrat legislature? Is that
the Maryland Board of Elections, who just sent out 500,000 ballots erroneously and I think on purpose?
1 million ballots, because they sent out another 500,000 to replace the 565,000. But all of that aside, what we have here, again, is Democrats wanting to take the entire state. Yeah. They want to take the whole state. It's not enough to have a supermajority. They want it all. Their campaign was contest every seat, and they are. It's time for Republicans to dig deep and get after it. It's not enough anymore to sit back and say, oh, well, we just live in a blue state and there's nothing we can do. Fight back. Fight back.
Like President Trump said, fight, fight, fight. This is what we got to do. Absolutely.
What's her name? The boxer. Chung, what's her name? Chung.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Chung Lee. Yeah, we gotta fight. Knock them out with your feet, barefoot. This is what we gotta do, folks. This is what we have to do. All right, and we are here on the front lines, folks. We're not just here on YouTube. We go out in the community as well, folks. We knock doors. You know, my goodness, Nicole. I believe at one point you were doing the most texting out of any Republican in the state.
First of all, I was texting when the show started. I'm just going to tell you.
And talk about what that texting is just really quickly, because people may not understand what we mean by that.
So the political text, I'm sure all of you have gotten a text that says, hey, this is, Nicole Bennett, first vice chair of the Maryland Republican Party, and this is the candidate I want you to vote for. Click here to see my sample ballot, or we need you to donate. We need you to do this. We need you to do that. And these text messages, there are a lot of new rules and regulations regarding them, but this is a great way. If you live in a place where there are low propensity voters, people may not answer their phone. They're 100% not coming to the door. But when you send someone a text message, even if they don't like you, they're going to look at the text message and see what it says. And this is why we send you those texts. Some cell phones mark it as spam and try to move it out of the way. And that's when you'll see me texting from my own phone number and saying, hey, my candidate is my candidate's name is Hooch. That's his nickname. Hooch is a stand-up dude. Love Hooch. I got another candidate, Ben. You guys met BJ. BJ's a great candidate. You get a text message and say, hey, it's Nicole Bennett. It really is me texting you from my own cell phone in between the breaks and popping politics.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely.
We have some supers here.
Before we do, what is this? Bernie said, KJ, some of us Italians aren't that bad. I love Italians. Some of my good friends are Italian. I don't know. And I love Italian food. That's probably my favorite type of food is Italian food. So I don't know what you're talking about, Bernie.
We have Tijuana Border Jungle. Someone asked for you earlier, Tijuana.
Yes.
Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for your $20. Good evening, ladies. Hey, Nicole. Nicole.
Hey.
Vote, fight, and take back America. Thank you, Tijuana.
Yes.
Also, we have Thank you, Butterbean.
Wow.
My computer went crazy. Don't know the count. Love you, ladies. Looking forward to the new channel, The Right Verdict. Thank you, USA, all the way. Thank you, Butterbean, for that. That's right.
Thank you, Butterbean.
Fine. The computer's working fine. Thank you so much.
Yes.
We also have JSU Tiger. Thank you for your super chat, JSU. If California turns red, it's over for the Democrats, in my opinion. Absolutely. That would be so exciting.
Yeah.
Melanie, thank you, Melanie, for your 25 for the cause. Thank you so much. Thank you. We have Mr. Gilly. Thank you for your $5.
Wow.
I'm in Hawaii, but from Los Angeles. I voted for Spencer and Chad Blanco.
Yes.
I met both, and they're really nice. Thank you for Hawaii again. All right. Thank you for your $40. Thank you so much for your super chats, everybody. Thank you, all of you out there chatting for your donations tonight. Thank you so much. Hit that like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget our Metro Conservative Media website, the merchandise. We have a new show coming called The Right Verdict. It will air next week, and it's going to feature all three of us, and we're going to talk about some legal cases, true crime. We're taking we're challenging ourselves as well, okay? We're challenging ourselves, but we hope that you will be on this journey with us. Thank you so much for all your super chats tonight.
Absolutely. And we got some cash apps too. We got a $5 cash app from John. Thank you. Thank you,
John.
And a $20 cash app from Glenda. Thank you.
Glenda. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Folks, this is bigger than this show, okay? I mean, we really appreciate this. Again, our goal is to hit $1,000 in super chats tonight. But this is about making sure conservative voices, Christian voices, and America First voices are not silenced, that we are not ignored or controlled by the left-wing media machine. We appreciate you all. And we hit the goal. We hit the goal. It looks like we did. My gosh. What's the final number? Where are we at now?
I think it's like 1,100 something.
All right. Wow. I was like, I didn't think we could do it. We did it. You guys did it. Thank you all so much.
Thank you so much.
You. We really did.
You guys just don't understand. Like when we say that none of this is scripted, none of this is, people coming in saying, hey, we're going to give you $500 to do your show. It's none of that. And when I tell you it is absolutely a labor of love, it is just that. And we always want to give you great content. We always want to engage you in the chat to the best of our ability. We are trying to build something here that money can't buy. It's a place for us all to be free and to say what we want to say and to take a look at the pillars that make our nation great. This is why that new show is so important. That right verdict is so important because, again, we're three very different women. We have three very different ideas. But when it comes to American justice, there are some hard truths that we can't walk away from. And this is why we're bringing that content to you. It's not going to be like Pop in Politics. It's not going to be that way. It's going to be hard-hitting analysis. There's going to be body cam because I'm going to tell you, I love me a good body cam.
Yeah.
I love a good state trooper against a sovereign citizen. It makes me giggle in my bed at night. It does make me very happy. But there are going to be some tough conversations we need to have as a community. Where are those lines? What makes things true or false? Is the prosecution doing a good job? Does the defense have anything to prove? There are going to be some really tough discussions, and we want you guys with us every Thursday night live at 10 p.m. We realize 10 p.m. may be a little late for some folks, but this is after you done put the kids to bed, walk the dog. This show, The Right Verdict, is going to be your guilty treat for the week. Join us.
All right. Final segment of the night, folks. We want to talk about Louisiana. All right, folks, Louisiana, the red wave is here. Take a look. This is clip 9.
Democrats are decrying the Supreme Court ruling today against a black majority district in Louisiana that rolls back a key provision of the Voting Rights Act. We get details tonight from Fox News chief legal correspondent, anchor of Fox News Sunday, Shannon Bream.
Certainly, the precedent of this decision will impact other states.
As redistricting fights across the country aim to reshape the midterm playing field, the Supreme Court has issued a decision that could send states scrambling to redraw maps in a move seen favorable to Republicans and one that has the potential to impact somewhere in the neighborhood of roughly 20 current congressional districts.
Was he considered a win for who?
A win for Republicans.
I love it.
The 6-3 opinion finds Louisiana erred in drawing a second predominantly black district, which it had done in response to earlier litigation challenging its map at the time. Justice Alito, writing for the majority, quote, "No compelling interest justified the state's use of race in creating SB 8. That map is an unconstitutional gerrymander, and its use would violate the plaintiff's constitutional rights." Justice Thomas authored a concurring opinion joined by Justice Gorsuch, going beyond the majority's ruling. Quote, "I would go further and hold that Section 2 of the Voting Rights Act does not regulate districting at all." The dissenters, Justices Kagan, Sotomayor, and Jackson, warn they fear Section 2 is essentially, quote, "a dead letter" following today's decision. The consequences are likely to be far-reaching and grave. If other states follow Louisiana's lead, the minority citizens residing there will no longer have an equal opportunity to elect candidates of their choice.
I think what the Supreme Court is saying is it doesn't matter what communities are actively harmed, so long as you can't prove intent.
It's unclear.
No. What the Supreme Court is saying, what the Supreme Court is saying is racial gerrymandering has been finally crushed. All right. We've been talking about this for a long time, but they have officially passed the redrawn congressional map. Nicole, what are your thoughts?
Listen, this was the right thing to do, and it's been a long time in coming. You know, for too many decades, we've allowed Democrats unfettered access to rough ride Black voters, and really just kind of take those communities for absolute granted. For granted, because there's one thing that you can say about these Black communities that have been represented by the politicians who chose them. They didn't choose these politicians. Politicians chose them. Is none of their statistics have gotten better. None. The schools are still terrible. Graduation rates are in the toilet. Crime is high. Drug use is rampant. And oh, by the way, it's almost election cycle. I'm going to come around and I'm going to knock on your door and give you a bag of chips and tell you to fill in this mail-in ballot. And you won't see me again for another 2 years or 6 years. This is ridiculous. And it is, I'm telling you, as an American person, this brought a tear to my eye. Finally, a level playing field. So now politicians actually have to live up to their word, actually have to engage you for their vote. And they can't take Black and brown people for granted anymore. It's a beautiful day for America.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Shelly, what are your thoughts on this?
That little cosplaying wench, whatever her name is, AOC, you know, what is her name? Sandy from the Bronx or whatever she's from. Look, there are no Black people that will be prevented from voting for whomever they choose with this Supreme Court ruling. Zero. Every Black person will have the right to continue to vote. And not only that, they probably will be exposed to more ideas, if you will. They won't be so locked in and honed in on one party who told them, when I want you to vote, I'll tell you who to vote for. That's not going to happen anymore. They're not going to do that. They will be open to hearing from however many people are on the platform, if you will. So that's a lie. Not only that, they could vote before, but now the politicians actually have to work for their vote. Now the onus is on the politicians to keep his or her job by results, by outcomes, by measurables, not just because you look like me. Come on, bro, we gonna hang out at the cookout, you know, throw some chicken on the grill, and I'll show up on Sunday morning singing whatever Kumbaya and what's the other, the Black spiritual, whatever. I can't think of it. Stony the road we tried.
No, that's the I know what you're talking about.
That's one of the verses. Yeah, that's one of the verses. But now
we shall overcome.
We shall overcome. Yeah.
They can't do that anymore. Can't just use that trope. You know, again, you're gonna have to prove yourself
in the water.
The voters, the people that you are, whoever you are wanting to get their vote, you're gonna have to show them why and follow through. That's it. Because you're gonna be easily gone. That's it.
That's the part that's important, the follow through. Because currently, if there's an elected Democrat in office in a majority Black district, it's almost impossible to get them out of their seat, regardless of how much they haven't done. With these more competitive maps, you got 2 years when you're in the House of Representatives. 2 years. And if you come back empty-handed all over Fox and CNN for some foolishness, you too can join Jasmine Crockett on the bench. Have a seat. We're going to pick somebody else.
No politician.
Their freedom.
No politician they take the privilege, but they should never feel comfortable. They should never feel comfortable. No politician, I don't care what party it is, you should never feel comfortable that your vote or your seat is so guaranteed on the backs of the voters and Americans who have to get out here every day and do what they have to do. You should never feel comfortable. You should always feel like there's a hot damn fire in the chair that you sit in.
Yep. Absolutely. And stop voting for people. And this is to Black folks because they're Black.
Absolutely.
Stop it. Stop it right now, because that has not been done well for you. It really hasn't. We here in Baltimore City, the mayor is Black, the whole city council is Black or predominantly Black, the police commissioner is Black, the prosecutors are Black, and it hasn't done us well. So just look at the issues, you know, and take these people to task, because what you're doing when you do things like that, when you say I'm voting for everybody Black, is they don't have to do anything. They were born Black. So they don't have to do anything to win your vote. there's a viral clip. I hope the see if the producers, I'm putting it in here now, and see if the producers can put this up, of a young lady in California, and she's being interviewed, and they're asking her, you know, who are you going to vote for in this mayoral race? And take a look at what she says. This has not done well for us, folks. It has not fared well for our community at all. At all. Take a look at this. I think we have it here.
LA.
Karen Bass.
And why Karen Bass?
Black Pride.
Okay, anything else?
No.
Just that, or some policies or something like that you can share?
Nah.
Who do you want?
No.
Black Pride with that horse
With
hair,
all that
looking
hair.
like
I
a
was
white
thinking
girl,
the same
all in
thing.
with this Black
I was
Pride.
thinking
Where's
the
that
same
Black Pride underneath that wig?
Wait, what was that Black
But
Pride?
She's not even embarrassed. She's not even
Yeah.
embarrassed by saying no. Not it's not for policy. No, that's because she's black. That's just embarrassing.
Yeah,
It's
she
low
can't
rent.
even give any policy.
Right. It's low
issue.
rent. It's uninformed. When we talk about low propensity voters, this is who we're talking about. You know, one of the things that I can say, and there are a lot of things I can say that are shameful about the way that Democrats move in minority communities, is they like them uneducated. They find the thing. And why do you think Meg Thee Stallion was the person that Kamala picked to have up on the stage dancing? Why do you think they picked Cardi B to give a speech when she can barely make English, right? I mean, why do you think that was? Because they think the appeal to African-American people, to Black people, is simply culture things, not policy things, not things that can change your life, better your children's lives. But if Meg like Kamala, then she must be this, she must be that. And there is a segment of our population that believes that. And listen, everybody can't make the journey. And I'm okay with losing maybe 7-8%. But the rest of us, we have got to get very serious about moving our community forward. The people, especially, I think it was in Chicago, who were feeling some kind of way when Black people were being pushed aside for all of the Hispanic people that were coming, for all of the brown people. They were taking over elementary schools to house them and all of this. And Black people like, well, wait a minute. What about us? Well, you know what was about us? You gave them your vote for nothing. Right. You gave it up for nothing. And now they're replacing you with people who are saying, oh, you can have my vote, but I need this, I need that, I need this other thing. We have got to get better at using our political power to build our community.
Absolutely. And the same goes here in Maryland, folks. Please do not vote for that high booty, big butt patootie, Wes Moore, just because he's Black. All right. We got to wake up. We got to wake up, folks. That does it for us tonight. We got some more super chats here.
All right, we have a few more. Yes, we do. All right, we have JSU Tiger. Thank you for your $2. Says proud to be an American. Yes, we are. Thank you so much. We have Mark here. Thank you, Marla. I'm sorry. Thank you for your $5. Praying that you hit your goal. We did, Marla. Thank you for your help. Kung Fu CJ. Kung Fu CJ, thank you for your $2. So all three of y'all gonna be cussing people out on Thursday.
No, sir.
No, thank you for that. Who's that? Barbara, thank you for your $20. You rock,
thank
ladies.
You, Barbara.
Jessica's back again. Thank you, Jessica, for your $2.
Hey, Jessica.
Put me on the right verdict jury. Please. That's right. Join up. You'll be in the comments. I'm sure you'll be there, Jessica.
You're on the jury. Yep.
That's right.
The membership jury. Yep. You're on the jury.
Thank you all so much for your super chats tonight. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Poppers, Pop family. We did it. We did it. We did it. We hit the $1,000 super chat goal tonight. We actually blew it past it. All right. So, folks, seriously, thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yes, this is what independent conservative media, being built by the people who believe in it, is all about. We appreciate every single one of you who gave, who shared, who watched, who stood with us tonight. We were almost 2 hours, but we were fired up, and we're going to keep going. We're going to keep pushing even harder for America. All right. Final thoughts here before we go, Nicole.
Listen, I cannot tell you guys enough how excited we are about the right verdict. Mm-hmm. This show is just top notch. It is top notch. And I am so excited to share this with you guys. Go over to the channel now, like it now, subscribe now, so you know when we're going to be on every Thursday at 10 p.m. 3 voices, 1 standard of justice. This is going to be phenomenal.
Yep. At The Right Verdict right here on YouTube. Go on over there and subscribe. And we will see you all on Thursday night at 10 p.m. All right. Before we go, we're still on a high from being we've been named in the top 10 for the Million Podcast channel website. I'm sorry. So we were named number 9, actually, of one of the best 30 conservative women podcasts in the U.S. This is on Million Podcasts. This is our website, guys. You can go and check out everyone that was nominated on this. But we are so excited about this, not just being on here, but I love that it was conservative. Like, we were top women conservative channels. And that's what I hold dear. Our love for America and being conservative. So that does it for us tonight. Thank you all so much. Until next time, count your blessings and live a life of purpose. Good night.
Good night.